I'm Rachel. I'm Jenn's best friend. Welcome to the podcast titled, Hi, I'm Jenn. Except I'm not Jenn. I'm Rachel. This is Jenn.
Hi, I'm Jenn. I'm so glad we're doing this.
I am too.
It's been so long.
It really has been.
Yeah. I'm so glad this is happening. Oh my god, okay. Hi. I don't know what this voice is. Hi, I'm Jenn.
And I'm Rachel.
And welcome to my podcast. Hi, I'm Jenn. Today, we are joined by someone who is not Jenn.
In fact, my name is Rachel.
This is Rachel. This is my best friend, Rachel. We've known each other how long?
Over 20 years, since 2003.
Wow. Instantly feel old. Instantly feel old. Why do you do math? Math is evil.
I would agree.
It's the devil's work.
I'm a former teacher and I would agree.
Also, you know how you were talking about like how you're so much taller than me?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the monitor.
Well, the chair's short.
Well, we can raise you up.
I'm okay. I mean...
All right, I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
You're not looking so tall now, are you? So, last time I talked about how I was so disappointed in myself for not putting anything on my walls. Well, now there's shit on the walls, and we have her to thank. She came over because she loves me and felt a little obligated.
No.
And we have stuff on the walls. Yeah. It's basically just the essence of Jenn. We have Batman. More Batman. More Batman. This is the Penguin from Batman Returns, which is my favorite Christmas movie. No shock there. Penguin. Penguin. Why? I like penguins. And every penguin I have was a gift. In fact, just about everything that will end up on my bookshelf, this is just a starter pack, was a gift. Everything up top was a gift. This was a gift. This was a gift. I wonder who gave me that. I don't know. And that was a gift. So, this was a gift with purchase. Technically, that counts.
I'll allow it.
Yeah. The handbook for the recently deceased is a gift in of itself. So there you go. Yeah. But then look at all the stuff that's on the wall. Look at everything that we have behind Rachel. So far you can only see 1.5 of things. And now you can see 1 and 2 halves. But we have Rocky Horror Picture Show. We have drag queens. We have more prints. That Trixie and Katya live poster was signed. And it also has like a VIP commemorative ticket or something. Yeah. That was an amazing show. I saw it in Milwaukee. And then I did not go to This Is It, which is Trixie's bar, because I was traveling alone and didn't want to be the fat, lonely dyke in a sea of twinks. And don't try to convince me that it was going to be anything else. That's exactly what it was going to be. It was going to be the fat, lonely dyke in a bar full of twinks. It was also in March. So it was cold. It was cold. Duh. Yeah, so not excited about that. Yeah. So Rachel.
Yes, Jenn?
Tell us about yourself.
Well, what to say? I'm married. And...
Boo! I'm just kidding.
You were my maid of honor.
Yeah, I
bitch.
know. Yeah, I know. And I cried like a bitch.
You did.
The whole time. In fact, you keep telling the people about yourself. I got something for you.
So, yep, Jen and I have known each other since 2003. And the way that I actually met Jen started in a high school gym during a pep assembly where they were having a drive for cancer, and people were voluntarily getting their hair cut to be made into wigs. And they had already had like a pre-selected like 3 or 4 students, and out of the middle of nowhere, Jen, who had hair down to her ass, jumped up and said, "I'll do it." And I thought that was just really, really cool of her to do. And beyond that memory, I can't remember how exactly her and I got introduced to each other, but we ran in the same circles, and we skipped down the hallway singing the Pepto-Bismol song, and we got in trouble for that. We almost got detention for that. Yeah, and I started staying at her house sometimes on the weekends, and we would watch Rocky Horror Picture Show and Little Shop of Horrors, and make grilled sandwiches. And
make is a loaded word. It was a brave attempt with very sharp objects and very hot fire.
True. But they still turned out to be absolutely delicious.
Oh my god, they were delicious.
Yeah, they were.
I thought that I was gonna be like a little gourmet little chef at one point. And so I started buying fancy grilled cheese ingredients that I would only pull out after we were intoxicated.
True.
And I struggled so I had rye bread instead of just regular white. I had very pricey Jarlsberg cheese instead of just regular like American. And then like tomato and oregano and some other shit.
Slap your mama.
And slap your mama on everything. Everything. And I distinctly remember there was one night when I was struggling so hard to cut that bread. And you were like, "Can I help you?" I was like, "No, I got it." And then like I had the realization of what was going on, and I was like, "Oh no, if I continue to slice through this bread, I'm going to slice through myself." Yeah. So, but good times, noodle salad for sure. Yeah, you're my ride or die.
And you're mine.
Oh yeah. So, I found this.
Oh my god!
This was on her wedding day.
I love that! Oh my gosh.
In the bridesmaid suite.
And, oh my god, we're so pretty in that picture. Now, also notice...
Yeah, because we paid somebody to make us pretty, and she did a great job.
She did. She did a fabulous job.
Oh, yeah.
But also...
Look at them titties.
True story. But you want to know what kind of stuck out to me? Was the bruise on my arm from when we went and got deep tissue massages.
Yeah.
The weekend before.
Like the damn day before. Oh yeah.
Was
Maybe no, not the damn day, but it was definitely the weekend before. So I was in charge of I was her maid of f***ing honor. So yeah,
and you did a fabulous job.
Thank you. Thank you. So that means that I was in charge of multiple things. But I was really proud of all of the effort that I put into the bachelorette party, especially since I was living in a completely different state at the time. I was still living in Minnesota.
Yeah. Everything
was happening in Oklahoma. Also, I'm gay, so I don't know anything about bachelorette parties. I'd only ever been to one. It was my sister's. And yeah, things got awkward, not gonna lie. So I did so much research for your bachelorette party. I knew you wanted to do karaoke. I knew you wanted to drink. I knew you wanted to dance. So, of course, I was like, let's do this downtown. We can do so much of that there, and it's all in walking distance.
Yep.
And then, so I got a hotel downtown, and, you know, things kind of went sideways. But one of the things that I wanted to do was like a spa treatment. And the spa treatment was initially going to happen after like the night of drinking. And then I think it was Jamie convinced us like, no, we should definitely do it before the drinking because no one wants to be touched that much hungover.
True story.
So I found a really expensive place, and then somebody else found a different place. I think.
Was it Allison?
I don't know how the place was found, but the place was found. And I don't think any of us knew anything about getting a massage.
No.
So, and I had no idea how easily you bruise.
I didn't either at the time, honestly.
Yeah, so you bruised like a peach. I think it was you who said that your photographer suggested airbrushing that out so it didn't look like your husband was beating you.
Yes, that is accurate.
Yeah. It looked awful. Her arms up and down, bruises all over. Kind of like how it looks right now.
This is from getting attacked by a dog not long ago. This is from me just being clumsy. This one is because they had to draw blood yesterday. My husband is very good to me.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he is.
So don't get it twisted. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Part of me kind of wants the drama of like, I can't believe he spoke to you that way. You're gonna stay with me tonight. But no, he's really good to her. Thank God.
I love my husband. I'd say I love my husband equally on the same level as I love her.
Okay, well, I came first.
You did come first.
And I got dibs.
I know.
And the fact that your husband is fully accepting, I'm not sure if that's the correct word. Maybe it's just he's tolerant of the fact that he didn't just marry one broad. He kind of married two.
True, because we even had people at work there for a while convinced that
we were in a throuple.
Yeah, that we were.
Which is hilarious.
So
was it just Riley or was it more people than Riley?
I mean, Riley was the only one that spoke out, but I think maybe a couple of people for a good cool minute thought that maybe we were in a throuple.
Well, because like anytime we would go to lunch, you would come to me and then we would go to him.
Yeah.
So two bitches were always coming to get her husband for lunch nearly every damn day.
And we worked in the same place there for you and my husband worked there for 2 years, and I've worked there now for a year and a half, but you and my husband work in a completely different department.
Yeah, but I don't think I ever went to his desk before you working there.
Yeah, I don't remember him ever saying anything about you coming over and visiting or anything before I started working there.
And we never really ate lunch together. Like, I was always eating lunch with my emotional support coworker, Delisha. Mm-hmm. And then she left, and then for a while, I don't know what I was doing, but as soon as you started working there, yeah, it was the three of us having lunch every single time. So if you ever saw one of us in the lunchroom, all three of us were in the lunchroom.
Yeah.
Like it was, we were never not together.
True.
So once that finally was spoken into the universe, like, oh my God, I think they're a throuple. Honestly, if somebody had come up to me first and been like, that cute brunette and like that guy, are you guys like in a throuple? I would not have denied it. I would not have denied it. I would have let that go rampant.
You were the one that actually clarified it with Riley. I was letting it go.
I know. I should have caught myself in the moment and just been like, because I would have started saying shit like, yeah, and we're both pregnant with his baby. Like, absolutely. Absolutely.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, and been like at the same time, we made sure that it happened at the same time so that we can all have maternity leave at the same time. You know, so technically we're gonna have twins.
Yeah.
You know? Like, oh yeah, I wish that I would have let it just go so far. So far.
And was it correct? I think it was corrected after my mom's funeral, wasn't it? Because, you know, obviously she saw all of us together at my mom's funeral.
Yeah.
And I think she thought we were a throuple at that point too, because we were, again, all together at my mom's funeral.
Really? Huh. I don't know. I don't know. Well, and now she's like traveling the goddamn world or something.
I know.
She's having
I'm
the
jealous,
best time.
bitch.
Yeah. Hey, Riley, can you come back, please? A, we miss you.
True.
2, misery loves company.
Come join us. Join the dark side.
Join us. Join us, Riley. No.
Come to the dark side. We have cookies.
We don't have cookies. I ate them all. I got chicken nuggies.
Oh, chicken nuggies.
Yeah, you want some chicken nuggies?
I'm not hungry right this minute.
Yeah, no, cause hummus
And lamb chops.
Tell them about what you ate. Tell them about what you ate.
I had hummus with lamb chops and some rice, and then we had some cake.
So to be more specific, yes, she had hummus the dish, but it was from Hummus the restaurant on Memorial in May. Very, very, very good place.
Yes, it is very, very good.
Yeah.
I will agree.
Well, and I'm still kind of curious how you went in there just like thinking you were just going to grab something quick.
Well, I didn't think it was going to be too quick, but I mean, I had never been there before. And yeah, I just walked in there and I was like, you know what, Mediterranean food sounds really good. You know, maybe they'll have, you know, a nice kind of salad or something that I'd like. I went in there, I grabbed one of their menus really quick, and the guy that greeted me at the door, he was very, very nice. He should be in sales, just saying, because he was coming from my wallet.
I mean, he sold you some shit, didn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, anyway.
Girl, he's in sales.
Yeah.
He's probably like one of the owners or something. I don't know.
I mean, he seemed like a kid to me. He seemed like he was in his early 20s.
Oh, well, then I don't know shit and should stop interrupting you.
You're fine. But I walk in and I immediately grab one of the to-go menus by the register. And he said, oh, hey, are you wanting to make a to-go order? And I said, actually, yeah, I am. I said, but I've never been here before. What are some things you would recommend? And he was like, well, we are called hummus for a reason because our hummus is excellent. And he said, you should definitely try the hummus. And so that I did. And he had mentioned, he said, we could put almost anything in the hummus. He was like, we've got pine nuts, we've got garlic, we've got, you know, jalapenos, we've got this, we've got that. And
what did you ask them to put in your hummus?
It's going to say a little something about me. But I looked at him and I said, oh, really? I was like, can you put dill pickles in it? And he paused and he said, I have never had anyone ask me that before. He's like, that's a first for me. And he's like, I guess we could go back there and see if we have some pickles that I can put in there for you. And I told him, I said, no, don't worry about it. And I was like, That's okay. I didn't mean to make it complicated. Just give me the garlic. It's fine.
And then, what did you say about the garlic?
I am a weakling when it comes to things that, in my opinion, are spicy. And
This wasn't spicy.
I had a couple of bites of the garlic, and
It was fresh garlic.
and I
So
went
you're biting into raw garlic.
pretty much. I mean, it's there on top of the hummus and whatnot. And
Yeah, it's not like roasted garlic or garlic flavor or garlic powder. No, it's like raw chopped garlic in there.
yeah, and so I had a bite, and I went, "Ooh, this is kind of spicy," and you said I was using the wrong word. I don't know what other word to say. I mean, garlic. I guess I know it's not spicy like pepper spicy or or.
Pepper is not spicy.
I am a weakling.
So, in my opinion, anytime someone says spicy, that means that there is heat. That means there's like a burn. And
It burned my tongue.
pepper and raw garlic, in my opinion, do not carry that burn. It's a much different kind of flavor profile. It's almost more of like, so you wouldn't call vinegar spicy.
No, it didn't have that same tingle on my tongue.
So it was tingly. Let's call it that. Tingly. Sorry, Sid was behind you the whole time you were talking about that, and he was like eating something.
Oh.
So I was like, the fuck is you doing? And what the fuck is over there? But he left now, so. Sorry if I was distracting you.
No, you're good. I was just like, am I about to hit something? Anyway.
No, you're good.
But it was, I don't know how else to describe it except for it was kind of tingly on my tongue, but almost kind of like in a spicy way. I don't know what other word to use. I know it doesn't necessarily
do you
have...
describe peppermint as spicy?
Peppermint... No, I don't describe peppermint as spicy. I describe peppermint as menthol-y.
Okay. Because that kind of has like the same burn to it, that same tingle to it.
Yeah.
So it falls in whatever that category of flavor profiles is.
Yeah, but there's also a difference between peppermint and spearmint.
Yeah, spearmint is more of your menthol.
Yeah.
Spearmint's more of your, like opens up your sinuses. Peppermint is much more of that tingle, much more of that bite. Like my sister taught my niece to describe peppermint as spicy. So for the longest time, she wouldn't chew gum because she'd be like, "Oh, it's spicy." Or how like kids don't like toothpaste because the mint flavor is much too aggressive to their sensitive taste buds or whatever.
Yeah.
Because kids, I learned this recently. Children, and I don't know up to what age, but they are inherently much more sensitive to certain flavor profiles. So like anything that's bitter.
Yeah.
And that's why they don't like most vegetables, because bitter is usually associated with poison. Because, back in Neanderthal days, it was like, go on, little... and, eat some shit, but if it's bitter, spit it out. So he'd be like, oh, I'm going to eat this. Glad I spit that out. Turned out that was poison. I'm going to go tell Mom. Because, Neanderthals. I don't speak Neanderthal. It's just, yeah. I mean, yeah. I was there. I would know. That's how old I am.
You were only 6 months older than me.
Yeah.
But you also...
But we've known each other since 2003. That's a long time.
It is. It really is. One of the ways I also knew I was actually starting to get old, and I think I already told you about this, but
me and my teammates at work, we went on a team lunch, like a team bonding thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to this Japanese restaurant.
Ooh!
Well, this Japanese restaurant that we went to was in the same location that the old Godfather's Pizza was.
The one over on
Rockwell and 122nd.
Yeah. I cannot pronounce that restaurant, but I've heard great things about it.
Oh, it was really, really good.
Yeah.
It really was. And you know that I'm not...
It's the one that has a lot of vowels in it.
Yeah, true story. But I remember going there and I went, oh yeah, this used to be a Pizza Hut like 25 years ago.
It was never a Pizza Hut, was it?
Not Pizza Hut, I'm sorry.
The Godfathers.
The Godfathers.
Yeah. The Godfathers used to be a Godfather's Pizza and probably the last standing Godfather's Pizza location in Oklahoma City, which was really sad when it closed down.
True.
Yeah.
True. But yeah,
do you know why it closed down?
That one I do not know. I know the people that used to own that location. After my parents actually worked there for a while, and it was the first job of my older brother. But after both of my parents stopped working there and my dad went to go work for Pizza Hut, I don't know exactly.
Your dad worked at that Godfather's?
Yeah.
No shit.
My dad was a delivery driver at that Godfather's. This is where he started his pizza delivery, thing. Career. Yeah, he was a pizza delivery driver at that Godfather's. My mom worked there for a short period of time. And my older brother, that was his very first job.
No shit.
No shit.
So your family has a lot of history with that Godfather's.
Yeah. I had some of my 9th and 10th birthday there. Things like that. I remember going...
Why didn't you end up waitressing there?
Because it was no longer a Godfather's by the time that I got to that age. It was...
How old were you when you started working?
I was maybe 2 months into being 16.
Okay. Because I remember putting in an application once and they were like, sorry, we're like a family establishment and so we're not really hiring. But Josh from high school was working there. I'm not going to say his last name. He was working there, and that's why I got the scoop on why they closed down so abruptly, and it was something to do with the owner couldn't pay the lease to stay open, couldn't pay the lease anymore, because allegedly his ex-girlfriend stole all of his money because she was a crackhead or something.
Oh, wow.
That's the story. Yeah. As I understand it. Allegedly. But sad damn day. And then what was it? It was a Ninja Sushi. And then Ninja Sushi moved into the old Arby's on Rockwell because I guess it was doing so great. And I've still never been to Ninja Sushi, and now they have 3 or 4 locations.
Yeah,
and one is right across the street from me.
And before it was a Ninja Sushi, it was this little mom and pop Italian place.
Yeah.
Well, it was Italian place. Then also there was it was a taco place for a while.
So the taco place was after Ninja.
Taco place was after Ninja.
The taco place was before it became the Japanese place.
So
because that was an establishment that did really well. So when it closed down, it was a huge shock because the company or the person that owned and operated multiple restaurants in the area declared bankruptcy or something, and they just all abruptly closed because it was 3 or 4 locations. And I don't remember what it was called. I want to say it was called Yo La Tango, but I know that's wrong. Or Yo Tequila, or
yeah, something like that.
I would have to Google it. But people of Oklahoma, I'm sure you know what we're talking about. And if you don't, I'm sure you'll believe us because we're convincing. Look how hot she is.
Oh.
Yeah, she's so you convinced me. I don't know. Yeah, I was bummed I never got to try the taco place because I always heard great things about it. They would play like house music or like trap music.
Yeah, that was
after a certain time of day.
The one time
it was like a party restaurant.
The one time that I went there, me and my husband went there. We went there with a couple of his friends. And
I bet they hated it.
Well, his friends didn't mind it so much. Darren definitely did not like it because, yeah, there was like a DJ in the restaurant and they were blaring this loud, like, techno trap music. Mm-hmm. And it just, they were trying to make it almost kind of like a club environment.
Absolutely. Yeah. Where it's like... come for the tacos and then after 6 o'clock stay for the tequila body shots. No, or something, I don't know.
Yeah. And we weren't really about that, so.
Yeah. Well, and when I saw, there was like a Google description of it and it was like, drinks and food and dancing. And I was like, and dancing? And for a second I was like thinking salsa dancing. And then I heard the music one night and I'm like, oh no, probably picking up my dog from the vet or something, or my cat, because that's the only reason I ever go to that little strip mall area. Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I'm like, I don't think that there's salsa dancing in there.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
And I was a little bummed, but whatever, they're closed. And now that, the Japanese place, I hear it's doing great. I still haven't effing been.
Like I said, I went there for lunch with my coworkers, and I thought it was really good. And that I'm not a very big person on any kind of
sushi,
yeah, or even I'm not big on Chinese food or any of those Eastern foods like that.
You love Mediterranean food.
Well, I love Mediterranean food, but should I say more Oriental?
I don't think that's right. So you're not a fan of Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese?
Yeah, no, I'm not a huge fan. I mean, obviously I like...
So I think that's just mostly Asian food.
Okay.
Because you're not even a big fan of Indian.
No.
But you love Italian, you love Mediterranean, those are both European.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the only thing...
I guess specifically you would just call that Mediterranean food, because it's all within the Mediterranean.
And I mean, I like boba. I love boba, and that's Vietnamese, but that's a drink. So, a drink that you can chew.
You guys eat pho all the time.
That's true. We do eat pho.
You eat pho more than I do.
And we really do.
And I live right next to what I consider to be the best pho restaurant in town. We're going to have a conversation about that. I want everybody tell me what you think is the best pho in North Oklahoma City. The
best pho place that I've eaten at is on 39th Street.
And what's it called?
I think it's called,
You don't even know what it's called.
I'm pretty sure it's called Pho 39. It's across the street from SNU.
I think the best pho is at Pho Lien Hoa. So I've only been to the location on 23rd Street, but I've been there 3 or 4 times now. And they have one up on Penn, right next to me. Yeah, it's just so good. So good. We will come back to food, but you were talking about how you realized you were old when you went to a Japanese restaurant.
Well, I realized I was old just because whenever we walked in and I realized how different...
and then you were like, I remember when this used to be a pizza place, and they were like, no one knows what the fuck you're talking about, Grandma!
Yeah, pretty much. I walked in and I was like, man, this used to be a Godfather's Pizza 25,
what the fuck is that?
25 years ago. And the fact that I could say 25 years ago and that I remember you know, and
Please-
all that.
Please don't tell me somebody was like, I wasn't even alive. Ah!
I know. I know.
I hate people. You know what it is? Anytime I would see this kind of meme on the social medias, I didn't understand it until I started to understand it. Where they're like, what do you mean I'm turning 40 this year? I'm still 26. Because, like, it seems like our life has just been put on pause. And it's like, I have not become any wealthier, any wiser, any healthier, I am not adulting at all. I have been pretending to adult for a very long time, and I'm not even convincing to myself. I still dress like a 13-year-old boy. Somebody in high school once told me, like, this was, I think after high school, or at least after he graduated, because he was at least 2 years older than I was. And so I hadn't seen him for a while, and then went to go hang out with him, and he's like, that's like your Jenn uniform. And I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, boots, jeans, t-shirt, and a hair tie around your wrist. And he's like, that's how I remember you, and that's how and I'm like, great! So I just still dress like a 14-year-old boy, and I'm never gonna change.
I mean, I'm still wearing t-shirts and jeans and boots.
Yes, but you're married. Hi. Any single lesbians in Oklahoma City? Please take me home and feed me pizza. I have cats.
And did she mention she also likes Prince? It's okay.
You want to come to my house and eat pizza? We can do that. What were we talking about? We were talking about food. So we took Mom and Dad to Sumo 2 over on Northwest Expressway. Mm-hmm. I was very impressed with the spicy tuna because it was actually a fresh cut of tuna. Mm-hmm. And then just with like the normal stuff and then spicy mayo. I didn't think it was spicy at all. So I was actually putting a lot of like spicy mayo in. They bring spicy mayo to the table. Everybody should be doing that. But I kept like adding wasabi to it which is basically just horseradish, but it's not spicy. It's just like kind of like how you bite into an onion and like you can feel it in your sinuses. It's not spicy, but it has that. It's like pungent.
Okay.
That's a good word for the garlic. It wasn't spicy. It was pungent. Yes. So it's same thing with horseradish. You know, you bite into it and it clears your sinuses. It's not necessarily spicy. Spicy is like, I feel like my eyeballs are going to pop out of my head and that I'm going to shoot fire out of my asshole. That's spicy. It might not be the Webster's Dictionary way of going about it, but here we are. So yeah, went to Sumo 2, never been there before. Went there because our normal place was Shiki closed down. And now is Wingers, and I haven't been. But if they don't have phenomenal and reasonably priced flatbacks, I'm gonna be pissed. Because some of the best wings I've had in Oklahoma City came from shocking venues. And you were there. So
oh, yeah.
You can attest. Yeah, I guess I forget that you're not a fan of like Asian cuisine, most Asian cuisines.
Yeah,
What about the Korean barbecue that we had in Texas?
I mean, it was okay. I think, you know...
Yeah, you didn't like it. You can say it. It's fine.
No, I'm not going to say that I didn't like it. I'm going to say that, you know, it was okay.
But you're much more of a pasta gal.
I am. I am, even though I shouldn't be. I am.
I'm a pizza gal. Yeah. I think as I get older, I'm much more of a rice person than a pasta person. I could give two shits about noodles at this point. Like anybody on the internet who's like, oh my god, I love noodles, just send me noodles, I can take them or leave them. But I with rice. Yeah, I like rice. I think it's a little more versatile, and that's why I appreciate it. I also like most. So, like for instance, pho. Them's rice noodles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even though it's really long, is it like pasta?
Rice noodles, so it's made from rice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Normal pasta is made from wheat.
Oh, that's true.
These are not wheat noodles. These are rice noodles.
The more you know.
And they're so good. They're so good.
They are good.
They're so good. When it gets really cold, so like January, February, we should definitely go on like a pho tour. Do you like ramen?
I've actually never had real traditional ramen before, not gonna lie.
I've only had it once and it was really good, and then we it up. I'll tell you that story later. Go ahead and tell me yours.
No, I was just saying the only kind of ramen that I've had is the, like top ramen that you know.
I think instant ramen still counts. It might not be the gourmet traditional ramen, but top, like, instant ramen. That's like, okay, so there are people in the world who are like, Kraft macaroni and cheese isn't real macaroni and cheese. It's real macaroni and cheese. It's just not real good macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
It's not, once you had the made from scratch baked macaroni and cheese, it's really hard to go back.
True. Very true.
Because you're like, instant macaroni and cheese? No. Hour and a half macaroni and cheese? Yes, please. I'm pretty sure it was a ramen place that we went to. It was in Mankato when pretty sure it was our first year living in Mankato, going to university together and living together. We found had to have been a ramen place. I could be wrong. It could have been a pho place. I just don't remember it. But we had no idea how authentic this place was. And they had chili oil. And we were like, we're going to need a little bit more chili oil, please. And they're like, no, you're not. You're Americans. And we were like, but we're Americans who like it spicy. So I was like, I'm from the South. And she's like, meh. And so, yeah. So she was like, all right, bet Americans. And it was too spicy for us. And we both ended up throwing it away. Like, we tried so hard to eat it. We tried to eat it. But no, this woman was like, whatever, I'm still getting paid. So, you want all this chili oil? You're going to have all this chili oil. It had to have been pho. Because traditional ramen normally has, like, egg in it. This had no egg. I really don't remember, though. But there's a ramen place right next to me. Mm-hmm. There's Tabashi is a place that a lot of people have been recommending. I don't know how you feel about ramen, but I would definitely be open to going on like a soup tour.
Oh, okay.
Of Northwest OKC. Because you like soup.
I do like soup.
Yes. I like soup. And I don't care if Darren likes soup. That's what he gets for having two wives. I don't like the way that sounds. I'm not going to make that joke anymore. Yeah, so we got to go to Tabashi. Kuri Ramen, I think, is right next to me. You guys go to a place called Pho.
I think it's Pho 39. I think is
Pho 39 is one on 39th Street. Don't you go to Pho Ever too?
Yeah, it's that one that is in the same shopping center as Aldi's and stuff right there off of Rockwell and Expressway.
Okay.
We've been there a couple of times, and it's not bad.
No, I'm sure it's not bad. Considering the population, considering the Vietnamese population in Oklahoma, I can't imagine that there are too many terrible pho restaurants or Vietnamese restaurants.
True.
And that was something that I was actually very shocked to find out when I was living in Mankato, is that the Mexican population was growing, and they had a ton of like really good, authentic Mexican restaurants.
Okay.
For anybody, I've casually mentioned before about how like living in the Midwest was a huge culture shock for me. So if you are somebody who's not from the Midwest and you go to the Midwest and you're somebody who enjoys Tex-Mex, it doesn't exist in the Midwest. Doesn't exist. You will find restaurants that will say Tex-Mex. Don't believe it. You will find, this is even scarier. You'll find restaurants that say West-Mex.
What?
Exactly. The fuck is that?
I'm like, what the fuck is West-Mex?
Explain yourself, Taco John. Would you call Taco Bell white people food?
Yes.
Okay. Now make it whiter.
So like Taco Mayo?
Make it whiter.
Oh my god.
That's Taco John. Now, no diss on their food, but yeah. Because like Del Taco is California based.
True.
Yeah. I don't know where Taco John comes from.
I have never even heard of Taco John.
Yeah, because you're not from the Midwest. I'd only ever seen it in Wisconsin, Minnesota, because those are the two states I lived in. And food's not terrible. I've probably only had it maybe 4 times in my life. Great hot sauce. In my opinion, it's better than Del Taco. Del Taco, bro, your hot sauce is a miss.
Yeah. I will agree with that.
Anyway.
It's like, I do Del Taco definitely for their tacos and the food and stuff. But then, like, I'll go to Taco Bell specifically for, like, their mild sauce.
I couldn't be happier that you can buy Taco Bell hot sauce and mild sauce and fire sauce at
the grocery store.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a bottle in my fridge right now.
Same.
I really don't go to Taco Bell anymore, though.
I don't either. Yeah,
but still with that hot sauce.
My husband all the time will be like, well, hey, you want to pick up some Taco Bell on your way home? And I'm like, oh, I'll pick up Taco Bell for you. You know, I'll do something different for myself. Maybe I'll go buy Del Taco or something else completely. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't do Taco Bell very much anymore.
It is so weird how your taste will evolve throughout your life.
True.
You know, I loved Taco Bell so much they recognized me. Granted, that's also when they had the quesarito. They got rid of that, and then my brain was kind of like, Taco Bell, we had a good run, but we got to go our separate ways. Until you bring back that quesarito, you have no business being in you. I'm not going to lie, though, the nachos at Bel Grande are still kind of good. Like, there's still some shit on the menu I will f*** with, but I really got to be in the mood. Really got to be in the mood. So, the Midwest has something called West-Mex. But it gets worse.
Oh, no.
They also have something called North-Mex.
What? Yeah. What?
I don't know. I don't know if it's like poutine with tomatoes and that's their version of nachos or something. I don't know. I'm not sure.
What is even happening?
I don't know. Well, you know what poutine is there, right?
I mean, I've heard of it.
Yeah, so poutine, I'm pretty sure it's like the national dish of Canada. And so it's your French fries, okay?
Okay.
And then it's your cheese curds, not deep fried, okay, the squeaky kind. Oh. It's your cheese curds, okay? Following me? And then you put your brown gravy on there, okay? That's poutine, right? So it's kind of like nachos, you know, because you got your cheese and you got your sass and you got your fries, and then you add some tomato on it, and now it's Mexican. I don't know if that's what they serve at their restaurant. We passed a restaurant called El Norteño, and then it said Northern Mexican. And I'm like, so like the actual geographical northern part of Mexico, which is like, I think, Chihuahua and Baja, and there's another one I can't think of. I think maybe Oaxaca. Like, it's foods you will only find in that part of Mexico. So like you wouldn't find like Yucatan food or anything like that. I don't know if that's what they meant, but it was goddamn terrifying. I'm like, you already fucked it up with West Mex. And now we've got Northern Mexican food. Because, like, there's a big difference between Southern Indian food and Northern Indian food. Because it's such a huge continent. It's nearly its own continent, considering the population. It's a subcontinent. So maybe it was a geographical thing. I don't know. I doubt it.
That
considering
just sounds so
it's a restaurant
weird to me.
in middle of nowhere, Wisconsin. Anyway, but the last. So first of all, St. Paul has a wonderful like little Mexico, Mexican district where you can find some really really good food. But I was actually it's like very spotty. You will find some really really good like street Mexican food and authentic Mexican food, but the Tex-Mex, don't even try. It doesn't exist. You're too far north.
I was like, you're too far away from Texas to be considered Tex-Mex anymore.
This is what living in the Midwest kind of traumatized me.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm glad you're back here in Oklahoma with me.
I'm glad to be back here too. Doing a podcast with my best friend. Look at how beautiful she is.
Oh, shut up. You are gorgeous. You are absolutely insanely gorgeous. And I think now would be a good time to take a restroom break because, and we can talk about this later, my ovaries are talking to me.
Yay!
So, I'm having some of what they call those, what is it, middle schmerts?
Yeah, where you can feel it releasing?
Yeah, where it's like the ovulation part is...
Shouldn't they have already been released?
Well,
what's the point in basting if there's no release? You can't baste a turkey that's not there.
We'll talk about that when we come back.
And now for a word from our sponsors.